I have yet to see a single example of Angel Reese being a leader outside of rebounding her own missed layups. What does Angel Reese do? What is her contribution? You tell me, because I'm not seeing it. I know I'm harsh on Angel Reese, but she considers herself a star. If you're going to call yourself a star, I expect you to perform like a star, especially in big moments. Caitlin Clark was injured. Angel Reese was the only star on the court last night. And for 27 minutes, she completely disappeared.
But here's what makes this even more brutal. The Fever didn't even have Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, or their head coach. And the moment that sealed Reese's humiliation, Caitlin Clark did something on live TV that is putting Reese in her place. If you're looking forward to Caitlin humiliating Reese, then comment "Fire the baby giraffe" down below. Let's go. There's a lot of reaction coming in from last night's drubbing, destruction, annihilation, whatever you want to call it. Roasting, sautéed, whatever your form of cooking may be, the Indiana Fever absolutely dismantled the Chicago Sky. You know a player isn't really a draw when tickets to see them plummet to the price of a gas station candy bar. This United Center game was supposed to be Angel Reese's big moment to prove she could carry viewership and attendance without needing Caitlin Clark as the main attraction. The Chicago Sky had been pushing this narrative all season long, that Ree was just as much of a box office draw as Clark, that fans came to see her play too. Angel Reese is now quoted as saying, "I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person." She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. "It's because of me too, and I want you to realize that." Then reality hit like a freight train. Once Caitlin Clark was confirmed out with her quad injury, ticket prices collapsed from premium pricing to just $3. $3. You can't even buy a decent coffee for that price. Yet that's what people were willing to pay to watch Angel Ree play basketball at the United Center. This wasn't just a small dip in pricing either. We're talking about tickets that were initially priced at premium levels for what was supposed to be a marquee matchup between two of the WNBA's supposed stars. The moment Clark's absence became official, the bottom fell out of the secondary market. Scalpers couldn't give these tickets away, and fans who had been excited about the game suddenly lost interest. And we now clearly know there is only one star. Last night was supposed to be a big moment for Angel Reese and the Chicago Bravado. For starters, the WNBA moved the game out of the local dump the Bravado usually play in and relocated it to the United Center, which is the largest arena in the NBA, holding over 20,000 people. To their credit, there seemed to be a good crowd in the United Center last night. I had someone who was at the game send me a few pictures, and most sections seemed to be filled. It wasn't a sellout, but there were supposedly over 19,000 people in attendance. Of course, it's easier to draw a decent crowd when tickets are selling for $3 hours before the game starts. Social media told the whole story. Fans were posting screenshots of the $3 tickets with laughing emojis, making jokes about how they could afford to take their entire family to see the Sky play for less than the cost of parking. The excitement that had been building around this United Center showdown deflated faster than a punctured basketball. Let's be real, this was supposed to be Chicago's moment to shine. The Sky had been talking about how Ree brought her own fan base, how she was appointment television, how people tuned in specifically to watch her play. But when push came to shove and Clark wasn't there to drive interest, the market spoke loudly and clearly about who fans actually wanted to see. What an outfit Angel Ree was rocking. She put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making sure her ensemble was on point. Are my boots matching my jacket? Are my gloves matching my hat? Angel Ree put in tons of time for this outfit, which begs the question, does Angel Ree put in more time in her outfits for the pre-game catwalk? Or does she put in more time to actually get better at the game of basketball? Compare this to previous games where Clark's presence drove massive ticket sales and sellout crowds. Fans lined up hours before games just to catch a glimpse of Clark warming up. The contrast couldn't have been more stark. Folks, there were people in the crowd getting there early saying, "Hey, Caitlin, can you sign my jersey? Hey, Aaliyah, can you sign my shirt? Hey, Sophie, can you sign my picture?" There were people asking for autographs in the Chicago Sky crowd that weren't even born, yet the last time the Chicago Sky scored this little amount of points. There were people in the crowd who weren't even a thought in their parents' minds at the time that the Chicago Sky last scored at least 52 points, the lowest point total since 2011. Even Chicago Sky fans seemed less interested without the Clark matchup to look forward to. The energy around the game shifted from electric anticipation to resigned obligation. People who had been planning watch parties suddenly had other plans for their Friday night. This ticket price disaster was just the beginning of Angel Reese's worst nightmare coming true on the biggest stage. The $3 tickets perfectly predicted exactly what kind of performance we were about to witness from Chicago's supposed superstar. Angel Reese Part 38. Let's get her. Life throws her lemons. She makes bricks. Bang. PSA to anyone watching. She is right-handed. By the way, she missed the rim by 3 feet. Man, I gotta say this is my favorite summer sitcom pan buttercon. Here's a stat. She's been blocked 20 times, and she's only made 21 hoops. What? 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting in 27 minutes on primetime TV. This is how you destroy your reputation in real time. The United Center was hosting its first ever WNBA game. CBS had cleared their primetime schedule with no competition on television, and a sold-out crowd packed the biggest arena in the NBA expecting fireworks. Instead, they got to watch Angel Reese have what analysts called a disaster class and complete collapse on the sport's biggest stage. As a matter of fact, this might have been the first WNBA game broadcast on CBS in prime time. If it's not the first, it's one of very few. This was a big moment. I'm sure the WNBA would call it historic. Angel Reese is playing in an NBA arena in prime time on network television on Saturday night. Outside of regular season baseball, maybe the College World Series, there was no competition on television. The eyes of the sports world were focused on Angel Reese and the WNBA, and Angel Reese once again proved why no one is watching her.